Cue the music, let's go. I'm your boy Ro, OG member of the Orange Bowl Boys, and welcome to another successful edition of Student of the Game. Your Miami Hurricanes take down rival Florida State on its home turf, and over to the first quarter action, shall we? University of Miami coming out in 12 set personnel, one running back, two tight ends. Florida State, very heavy press man team, two safeties over the top, odd man front currently. But anytime you have this boundary corner, right? Boundary meaning the short side of the field, he has a quick line of sight and access point to the backfield. So you got to be on alert on that. Now, I thought University of Miami caught this clean, like quick, there's the corner blitz, boom. That's like textbook. But then I was curious. I was like, why? You know, because when you have the quarterback's eyes, well, it's a post-snap RPO window, and where he was keying on, he wasn't looking out to the corner. He was looking out to the safety, and I'll prove it. There you go. Look at his eyes. When he sees the safety's back turn, right, he's not looking out here. I mean, he's not an owl. You know, his head's not going around in 360 degrees. So he gets this. Oh, man, that was pretty. Being able to catch the safety on that was a good identifier. Great pitch and catch. Good job, wide receiver, getting upfield. That's Sam Brown getting on touchdown's doorstep. And I just want to go ahead. They're going to show his wiggle one more time, but I want to go ahead and keep playing this onto the next play because it's a very important play for the University of Miami. It's their first touchdown, and I'm going to go ahead and set it up. University of Miami is going to line up, and look, count the tight ends. They're everywhere. Here's one. Okay, here's another one. Here's one, and this is Elijah Lofton, too, who technically counts as one. So this is 14 set personnel. This is come meet me in a phone booth, big boy football. And you know what? Let's go right into the A-gap. Bang. That one's for you, Big Mark. After this sack, I think I'm left with more questions relative than answers. And without knowing the proper line call and what exactly that they were intending to do, you're just going to have to be left guessing. But from what I can tell, the University of Miami are going to employ a style of fan protection where half the offensive line are going to fan in one direction, the other offensive line is going to fan in the other direction, and they're going to utilize the running back to basically go ahead and help with Main Street. Only 6 in the box, and typically on the season, I will tell you this right now, University of Miami's protection has been really good. They made it a premium emphasis to protect the quarterback. So what you're going to see, here we go. We're kind of fanning out that way, fanning out to the right. We're leaving a gap down Main Street, which is okay because that's where the running back is. But I think when you lose it right there, he has that instance, maybe I should help out. And when he steps back over, that's when he kind of loses contain. And at the same time, Cam's going off to his right. So it's just calamity in multiple parts. Couple offensive linemen at the end not blocking anywhere. So I don't know if it was an improper line call or just the execution, but there was a lot of things that led to that sack. Now, something else I want to show you on the back end because we're going to continuously watch this. But again, they're going to be uber aggressive. Now, in parts legally because that's what they're trying to do, in parts illegally. Tight end off the line, there you go. That's Arroyo. He's getting ridden in hard out here, and this kind of blows up the play here. And now, look, Cam Ward, this play is about to go ahead and get blown up in the backfield. He's probably looking for Xavier Restrepo, but that's wrapping up, and that's hold 5 yards downfield. So they're going to be uber aggressive and try to get away with what they can get away with. Right there, they got away with a hold. I don't think it would have mattered because the sack already registered, but at least you're seeing some of the things. What happened to the wide receivers? Why weren't they, flying open? What happened on the sack? On this one? Well, let's tell together. Okay, now this sack, this is just Florida State winning in numbers. They're coming with a cover 0 blitz. This is man across the board. You see the way that they're lining up. No safety over the top. And I'm going to put this on the quarterback. 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 people identifying at the line of scrimmage. You have 5 offensive linemen. You have 1 running back. You have 6 versus their 7. Somebody's going to come in clean, and that's exactly what happens. So the quarterback has to take into account if they all come, I'm responsible for the remainder. And if you are responsible for the remainder, you got to realize, hey, if they're all coming, and they are, we have to go ahead and get this ball out now. Okay, this is when the ball needs to be coming out. I think his instinct's good there, but nobody's even looking for the ball. All right, so with that being the case, it was just bad all the way around. I would venture to say that's the worst sack that I've seen the University of Miami give up on the season. But hey, we work on things. I know casually it just seems like a lot of interior runs. University of Miami is establishing its dominance, especially on the interior. But when you go ahead and utilizing motion across the formation and then you bring it back across, okay, it's sucking the linebackers of Florida State with you. And you saw it, right? 12 set personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends. Now, appreciate the left tackle here because he's going to go ahead and let this go. Now that motion that came across the formation, right? Now it's going to go into his lap. Bam! Just a cross block right there. Left tackle goes ahead and seals that down, and then you're just, okay, now this was a safety that's going ahead and popping his head up, but when you can't get your guy on the ground, okay, and he's just too big, too strong, that's what makes it work. All right, let's go back and watch that again. There's the seal. Let's just back this up one more time. You see how the block, it's just a creative wrinkle element. Doesn't seem like much. It seems like an interior run, but the way you set them up, you kind of got them to flow that direction. You got them to widen out, and you're just worried about here and here. This is a free hitter, all right? You're not necessarily counting for him in the running game because he's kind of getting down into the box late. You're just hoping your guy makes that guy miss. So, bam, bam, make him miss. Can you? Yes, you did. Now you do that and you make a safety miss, essentially, good things are going to happen, especially when you have 2 safeties missing. Bang. No words, rather one word. Unfortunate. I think they're so accustomed to blowing the whistle there that they just let it go. But that's Florida State's best play of the evening. So take comfort in that. So I've said it on this channel for the better part of years, sometimes you got to tip your cap because, that guy you're calling plays against on the other side, well, he makes money for a living too. And Florida State has a gorgeous call here, and Cam Ward, a bailout boss. That's all he's going to be here. Now, you're playing a heavy man team, so you get your guy. You get XR7 on the move to kind of go ahead and free this out. Now, this is when you got to credit Florida State here because they know where the ball's intended to go, okay? Xavier Restrepo. Now I'm like, oh, look at him in the back pocket. Why is he there? He's just giving off that inside release. Well, look at the bracket. Okay, so now you have a bracket on the inside, and he's in perfect phase to get that Z out. Now, University of Miami have shown that on film. They do that little quick Z out. They get that back out there. It's been killing people all year long. Florida State, great job. Now, again, little Robbins racing, holding. Okay, no big deal. And now you just go ahead and bail them out. What can you do? This is just amazing quarterback play, but you know what preempted that, right? Just a great call by Florida State. Cam Ward saw it, and then it basically turned into a scramble drill. If you don't prioritize a quarterback throwing from an alt platform, you have to, okay? Play's not there. Florida State, aggressive on the back end, man coverage. Watch how Cam Ward delivers this football when he throws. Look at that. Goes against any conventional wisdom you were taught how to play the quarterback position. Back in the day, you wanted everybody to look like a starting pitcher. You definitely didn't want to be facing your target with your chest towards them. I can tell you that much. But you just made it work. Cam Ward makes it work. For the audience watching at home, Louisville definitely ran this play against us. And it was successful, and I vividly remember it. They motion across the formation. It's eliciting a response, and then you were just going to leverage like right here. Because at the snap of the ball, he's responsible for what? In case the quarterback keeps it and just too much. And then you go ahead and put a body there. Great design play by the University of Miami. I don't even care that they borrowed this one. They have a RPO variant of that, but when you motion across and you just put that, that's a very successful play right there on 1st and 19 to get back to where you needed to get to. This play gets an F on play design. Florida State coming out on 4th and 4. They're going to try to use some in and out motion. However, they're going to stage it an extra time to take the speedy wide receiver, kind of lose him inside of the offensive line. So watching in parts, he's going to come in. He's going to come in again, and then he's going to go ahead at the snap of the ball, sneak back out into the flats. He's the intended target, but there's a problem. Okay, Houston, we have a problem. And this is why I say this is an F on play design. Because at the snap of the ball, game speed, that right tackle is going to take a big step. And, yeah, he's going to basically tackle your guy before he even has a chance. And then let's meet at the QB. Hellacious pass rush there by the University of Miami. That was a bad play design, especially on 4th and 4. They would go for it like I think 99 times. Don't check my math there, but on this one, University of Miami had its day. Miami and its 11 set personnel are successfully going to execute this flea flicker pass. I'm going to emphasize the pass because Florida State, they were unfazed by the actual run action. You're going to see here at the snap of the ball, there you go. We are there. Safeties are not coming up downhill. Everybody's backpedaling, and I think they're high index to suspicion. They're watching the offensive line. They're straight in pass pro. So even though this was a flea flicker pass, really not catching the Florida State secondary at all here. But let's appreciate Cam Ward here because just backpedals, and zip. And look at that catch and throw. Hey, listen, tight coverage, but let's count it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Plus, you got to add some yardage to his left. That's about a 35, 40-yard pass in the air. That's impressive. That's impressive how he can go ahead. I know he didn't have any touchdowns on the day, but Cam Ward is doing some impressive things on film now. Well, this is a bold move, Cotton. University of Miami on this 4th and 7. This is your Mike linebacker. He's essentially over the X position. 3-by-1 look by Florida State. He's over the 1. Okay. And, yeah, you have 2 safety shell over the top, but safety's going to go ahead and essentially kind of like rob her down here. He's just going to go ahead and patrol that area. So you are, in fact, 0 help over the top, Mike linebacker. Show me what you got. Astutely, quarterback picks up on that. That's going to be the right read. Great coverage there late. Gets his hand in the cookie jar. University of Miami with a bold strategy and bold move, but it pays off on 4th and 7. That would be another turnover on downs for Florida State. University of Miami, this is their 4th sack given up. Miami would get 3 sacks. Florida State would actually win this sack battle with 4. Here I just feel like you get caught in empty and you get caught with a left hand. Okay, you're in empty. Don't have the benefit of a running back here to kind of aid in protection if you so choose. It's typically an empty. You could get this ball out a little bit quicker. 1, 2, 3. Routes are not coming up open, and you're kind of working into the pocket. And then I feel like, okay, just happens, I guess. We could kind of clean that up. But then again, on the left hand, this is where I said you got victimized because there you go. Been seeing this too. Miami has been victimized by this along the offensive line. That like kind of club kind of puts them off, gets them off their back foot. They can't really go ahead and get off that. Yeah, we know that young man. He was wearing orange and green at one point, but he wore the L that night. That's cool. Quick hitter. But I got a question. Has the Philly special not ever worked? I feel like the Philly special always works. Bang. And this is going to be the last clip of the evening. Listen, Miami Hurricane fans, I know a lot of us were expecting that haymaker over the top, but if this was likened to boxing, this was one hellacious body blow after body blow after body blow. The University of Miami owned the trenches, especially on the interior. And when you needed it late, the University of Miami ran away with one. A true staple and calling card of a Mario Cristobal offense. We just haven't seen it as of yet. But here you go. Coming in motion, Damian Martinez, who has come on strong at the end of the season. Just nice A-gap, just pushing. Cam Ward already has this. Oh, let's go back. Let's go back and watch that. I didn't even notice this. Watch this. Once he gets off the ball. He knew. We all knew. For the last time, Hurricane fans, stay safe out there. I'm your boy Ro, OG member of the Orange Bowl Boys. Bang.